Morning, Heather from Heather's Zenful Crochet here with our next episode in my series where I am crocheting all of my saved free Instagram patterns. This is, as I said, third episode, so third pattern. And today's pattern is by Yarnbaubles. She is on Instagram, and it is the Noodle Cup. So that is the next pattern in my list. So I've already got my yarns. I'm using Premier Basic Chenille for the white and the orange color, and then yellow and Bernat Baby Blanket. So for the orange and yellow stripes, those are the colors that I have. And I've got my safety eyes, I've got my polyfill, so I am all set up and ready to just dive right in to this episode. So I have got my magic ring started. We're just going to jump right in. So the Noodle Cup by Yarnbaubles. And today's video that I am watching on YouTube is Katie being creative. It's her final Joanne yarn shopping trip and yarn haul. So that is what I'm watching today. And I will, of course, tag and link her down in the description if you don't know or don't watch her and you want to check her out. I'll link her down in the description. Don't mind my cat meowing. This is an odd pattern. Okay, this pattern is odd. So it says to start with the cup noodle body. You do 8 singles in the magic ring. And then it's not written in your typical pattern format. Then it says increase every other stitch for 2 rows, single crochet for 1 row, increase every other stitch for 1 row, single crochet for 1 row, increase every other stitch for 1 row, single crochet for 4 rows, and then color change for your stripes. So I wasn't sure if it was starting from the top or bottom, but it must be starting from the bottom. But the way it is going, I don't know if it's my tension or the pattern, but I'm coming up with a cone because it's only having you do an increase. It's having you do an increase every other stitch every time you increase, which doesn't seem like it should be correct. I don't know. I'll continue, I guess, and see how it comes out. Anybody out there has ever seen increases done like this? Let me know. I don't know. I've never seen increases done like this before. So I'm supposed to be on a single around. It's kind of weird. Oh, and the pattern does not tell you after each row how many stitches you should have. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've done 6 rows. I'll be right back. My cat wants out. Alright, I'm back. Another row of increasing in every other stitch. Screwed up somewhere. It didn't end with the right stitch. That's what I get for not looking or paying attention, I guess. Increase, single, increase, single, increase, single, increase. I didn't screw up. That's just the way it is, I guess. I was expecting to end on an increase, and I'm ending on a single. But it doesn't tell you how many stitches you're supposed to end up with, so... Alright, and then it says single crochet for the next 4 rows. It doesn't say to single crochet in the back row or anything, but which is what I was kind of expecting. So there's that nice lip for the side to go up. Because after the 4 rows of singles, I color changed for the stripes. I guess I should count, see if I end up with an even number of stitches. 6, 8, 9. Okay, and did end with 40 crochets, so, but that is a drastic cone, and that's supposed to be the bottom of the cup. I'm gonna have to make sure it's pushed in or something to have it. It's gonna have to sit like that with the. It looks like a. What are those called? Called a sombrero. Okay, let's continue on. As my goal for these patterns is to crochet them as the pattern intends. So I'm doing it as it says. Oh, I didn't time myself. Okay, so I've probably been doing this for about 10 minutes or so. Oh, well, let me see. The time on the camera says 15, but so I don't know, maybe 14 minutes, because I think I talked for almost 2 minutes before I started, so somewhere in there. Sorry, I'm shaking the camera. Question for you: when you change color, do you just drop and pick up, or do you cut every time you change color and tie? So I usually, depending on how big the color changes, like this is only 2 rows, if it's a lot, I would probably cut both colors and tie them off. But if they're small color changes like this, I just drop the main color, and then I'm cutting this one off because I'm done with this color. If I was going to continue with this color, I would just drop that color instead of cutting it, and then continue on picking up the other color. That's how I usually do my color changes. Just curious if you are a drop and pick up, or if you are a cut and tie for each color change. Just curious. I just like to know how other people do certain things. Not that it's right or wrong or anything like that. I just like to see how everybody does their own thing. It's kind of cool because there's more than one way to get a job done. Oh, almost forgot. And then, since I'm done with this color and I've got these 2 ends cut, I am going to tie these 2 ends together to secure them. So that will secure that color and they won't come undone. I usually do a triple knot. And I don't cut the long tails. I just, since it's going to be inside it, I just leave them. No biggie. Just little extra stuffing. Stretching my hand, my fingers are numb. Alright, so I'm done with the 2 stripes and all the color changing. This is what it's looking like so far, and I still got the inside all coned up so it will sit right. It's kind of odd. This is not the exact colors that she used. She used a brighter yellow and a brighter orange, but I didn't have a brighter orange that matched the size and texture of this yarn. So I just used like that mustard yellow color and a baby yellow. Close enough. So now I just do white for 10 rows. So here we go. 10 rows. Okay. This is where I'm at. This is only 8 rows of the white after I stop the color change. I think I'm going to stop there. I think it's big enough. This thing is going to be big. As I said, that's a theme here. I should have used my Big Twist Posh. I know I had white and yellow. I'm just not positive if I had orange. If I would have used Posh, it would have been a little smaller. But it is what it is. So I'm stopping at 8 rows on the top white portion. So then it says to add eyes to the 3rd or 4th row from the top, 7 stitches between. So I'm going to pick out my eyes. I'm just using black safety eyes. So I'm going to pick out my eyes, get them put in, And then it doesn't tell you to fasten off here, but then it says to start making the top magic ring, 8 single crochets in the magic ring. So let's see. Let's make sure. Okay. Yeah, then it says to slip stitch the top onto the body. So yeah, we fasten off the body and then we start the top after I get the excuse me, after I get the eyes in. So I lost my scissors. Anyway, I'm just gonna fasten off this, put the eyes in, and then I'll be back. Alrighty, so I got the eyes on. I honestly am not sure what size those are. I think they're 12mm black safety eyes. So I got the eyes on. I got the top crocheted, and I'm starting to attach it to the body. So the top was, the instructions were to make it the same as this. I did not make it that way. I did not want to have a giant cone on the top of this, because on the bottom I could hide it by tucking it in like that, but on the top I can't hide it. So I went ahead and made the top like you're normally supposed to. Did 8 singles, increase in every stitch, and then single increase, 2 increase, 3 increase. I went up to 4 increases. I just went until I got 40 stitches around to match the 40 stitches of the body. So that's how I did the top, because I didn't want to have a giant cone on the top of this guy. So I did not follow the instructions for the top the way the pattern said. And then I got ahead of myself and I cut my yarn when I was done. So I had to reattach the yarn. And now I am single crocheting the 2 together. Now I am at the stuffing stage. So stuffing is going to be interesting because of that. Look at that. That's a huge cone. I don't know if it's, I think it's me. I know I do have tight tension, but I don't know. That's just a dramatic cone. So I'm going to try to stuff around the cone so the cone don't poke out when it's all stuffed and all done. So I am just going to get this guy stuffed. I'm going to do it off camera because I'm pulling my stuffing out of the bag. And I know as a viewer, I hate the noise of crinkling on the camera, on the video, so I don't want to have that noise in my video. So I'm going to do the stuffing off camera, and then I'll be back once I get the top crocheted on, and then I'll show you the final and finished product. So I shall return. All right. Cup of noodles is all done. This is what the bottom looks like. It's still concaved in. I didn't stuff it too much because of that bottom. I didn't want the bottom to poke out. The top is okay. The top, because I couldn't stuff it too much, it didn't want it to, it did have a little bit of a cone to it, so I didn't want it to have a cone. So I didn't stuff it too much because I didn't want that cone. I wanted the top to, you know, kind of be under or beneath the lip of the cup. So, and then it tells you to put like chopsticks or something in it, which I did, but they're removable. So I'm not going to have the chopsticks in it when I put it in my booth, just because they can be taken out and be dangerous for a kid. So I'm not going to have them in it. But this is what the top looks like. It's not the greatest, but it's not terrible. I'd rather have it like this than it have a cone on it. So it doesn't call to put a mouth on it. I don't know if I should put a mouth on him or not. What do you guys think? Put a comment down below. Let me know if you think I should put a little mouth, like a V smile or something like that on him, just to give him a little bit of a better, cuter little face. He is going to be here for a couple days. I'll either take him to my booth or save him for if I do a market. I never did get signed up for the one market in my hometown, but my sister and I are talking about doing a yard sale at her house the day of that market, and then just having a table of our crafts there. She lives just down the road from where the market's at, and the town is small. It's a small town, but it's the Rhubarb Fest is what it is. It's like a huge event. It's the biggest event for this town, and for the area for that matter. It's the first Saturday in June there, and thousands of people go to that. And the town itself only has, I want to say 3,300 people. So the town like doubles or triples when this event goes on. And then while the Rhubarb Fest is going on, there's also several yard sales in town. So that's why we're thinking about doing the yard sale. One, she lives only a few blocks away from the event, and everybody's yard sailing that day as well. So we thought maybe we could do a yard sale and then have a table of crafts at the yard sale. So I might save this guy for that, just because I have a lot of stuff in my booth, and what I have there, I do switch out things every now and then. So when I'm ready to switch out something, I might take him to my booth. But right now I'm just going to keep him, save him for the yard sale or something. But anyway, he's all done. Cup of noodles. Let me know, like I said, down in the comments if I should add a little mouth to him, or maybe some blush or something, just to maybe give him a little something. Anyway, that is the end of this video. I will link the pattern in the description as always. I will also put Katie Being Creative down in the description if you're interested in watching her videos and you have not watched her before. So thank you so much for tuning in today and watching episode 3 of me crocheting all of my saved Instagram free patterns. Thank you so much, guys. If you like the video, make sure you hit that thumbs up. If you don't want to miss any of the episodes, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the bell notification so you don't miss up any of the uploads. So as long as everything goes okay, next video should be up on Sunday. See you then. Bye-bye.